All right, this is going to be the most ghetto off the cuff video I've ever done. I don't have because I don't have my fancy setup or anything, or my camera. I have my phone camera, but hold on. Let me at least turn on. Oh, not that one. Let me at least turn on a backlight for y'all, so it looks somewhat decent. Do I have enough light? Kinda. I don't have a tripod though. Maybe I can use this. Can I? But I don't want to stand and talk. That also feels weird. Maybe, whatever, fluff it, whatever. I'll just do this. No, but that doesn't look. I'm such an overthinker. Guys, can I move this? Weston, don't sue me. Nah, I don't feel like moving it. I feel like I'm gonna break something. I'm just gonna set it up here. Fluff, but y'all gotta see me though, right? Maybe, I don't know. No, I can't stand it. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it. We're gonna do handheld. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I've been wanting to record something this entire trip, kind of, but not really. And I guess I keep postponing it. And I was gonna postpone this, but something was like, bro, just something's pushing me to at least record something right now. And I've been trying to go to bed, but it's like, nah, like do it before you sleep. So I'm doing it now. And plus, like, a question my coach said was like something along the lines of, are you ever, if you only upload when you feel like it, how are you going to upload more or more consistently? So that really hit me, and that was the question I needed. So that's helping me right now. Had a long day right now. It's, oh, my watch is over there. Bluff. I think it's past 12. It's close to 1. I think it's 12:55 or something. So arms are a bit tired, and I'm struggling even holding this camera up. But let me get to the point. So after today, there was a debate between Alex O'Connor and David Wood, and after the debate, well, first off, no, it's not really relevant. Honestly, the topic was not. It was very. It wasn't like. It wasn't the spiciest topic. Like, it was an okay topic, so there wasn't much, I guess, friction, and it wasn't too entertaining until the end. I would say the end was a little bit more entertaining because of the open dialogue, and they got to go back and forth here and there. But overall, not something like, I don't know. I wasn't like super swayed by either's arguments. Like, it was here and there. Like, it's also kind of very, very just subjective, and whatever you see or whatever you want to see in that in certain verses is kind of what you're gonna get out of it. But in any sense, it was cool and it was fun, to say the least. But anyways, after the debate, event ends, and then everybody's out in the back, and we're just mingling around. And me and this guy, his name was George Michael. He was security guard, but he was like, I don't even see this as a job. Like, I see this as a ministry. And he was talking about the importance of wanting to, the importance of love and how that can be an impact in the spaces that we are in. And he was just like, we often underestimate how much a difference the way we love people can make. And if we're so quick to, because all the people at this event are mostly Christians, and obviously Alex is an atheist, and they're after the event, they're coming up to him and talking to him and stuff like that. And he was just telling me, like, people are so quick to try to make arguments or try to convince him and do all sorts of things. So quick to take photos and stuff like that, and it's like, but not many are showing him that love, that Christ-like love. And I think what he meant by that was like going up to interacting with people without expecting or wanting or needing anything in return, and being able to simply seek to connect with someone, to patiently listen to them and hear them out, be slower to speak and quicker to listen to what they're saying, and also just be there to simply enjoy the conversation and the person and get to know them rather than trying to almost get something from them or get on their good side or try to find ways to um, promote yourself or again like sneak a photo in. And we were just talking. He was mostly talking to me. I was listening, but yeah, we were talking about that, and I just thought it was important. And afterwards, after the crowd had, because there was a line of people waiting to talk to him. So like after the crowd had died down, um, he obviously walks up, and then we started talking to him, and he says, "What did? Oh, no, I say I was actually quick to speak in this moment, but he had said hi, made eye contact, and I was like, yeah, like those guys were waiting a long time. He's like, yeah, yeah. He's like, I'm glad to be here. And then I said, and I am, but I'm glad that you are here and that you are, you have this sense of humility behind you that you really want to meet people and you're genuine about it, especially people who don't necessarily agree with you on everything. And I thought that was cool. And he's like, yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, I really enjoy the people here, and it's a fun event. I'm saying the gist of what he said. And then my friend, or not my friend, but George, the security guard I met, he goes like, "That's what we were just talking about, man. That's what we were just talking about." Like, um, the love part. Like, no, I'm kind of butchering the story. No, I'm not. I'm not cooking right now. I don't know how he brought it up, but he brought it. I think he just forced it into the conversation, and then we went with it. But he ended up bringing up the love part again. He was like, "That's what we were just talking about." And then Alex is like, "Now that I can agree with," or something like that. Because he was, we were talking about that, and we are just like, "Oh, agape," and we were talking about, yeah, that. I don't know. I can't really tie this all in, but it was just cool to see how like he was talking. We were talking about that the concept of love and how important it is, and Alex was just, I guess, reaffirming that afterwards and seeing like how he, I guess, appreciates the concept, obviously. And so, yeah, and he enjoyed the time. He enjoyed meeting with people, and thanked the security guard and stuff like that for protecting him and whatnot. But it was a cool event and a cool time. What else do I have to say? I guess one thing this event is teaching me, I guess, or at least I'm being reminded of, is like that. I think to wrap it all up, like that power of love, and what that can do, and when you're not, there's just a level of peace and power, confidence, whatever that comes when you are meeting people without the need of trying to get something from them back. And when you can just simply love them for who they are and not what, instead of loving them for what they can do for you, love them for who they are first. And appreciate them. Like there's power in that. And I'm noticing that, surprisingly enough, like I've met everyone I wanted to meet so far, or that I had hoped to. Like every single speaker, met them, and yet I did not ask for a single. I did not want to ask for a single picture, but which is kind of like, I don't know. I didn't think this isn't something I thought about. Like, if I meet them, I don't think I'm gonna ask for one. It just didn't. I don't know. Something in me. It just keeps. What's coming up? The verse. Do nothing out of selfish ambition. And right now I don't see myself. I don't know. I don't think it's bad to ask for photos. I don't know. I'm still wrestling with that. But for me, I guess where I'm at, like right now, like I struggle to ask for it in a way that's not selfish. So I don't ask. I don't know. I personally don't ask Um, but more so, like I'm finding there's just so much peace and not even have to worry about that. Worry about asking for a photo. Cause I remember times in the past where I don't know. I've never really I never got to meet those people or the people I looked up to in the past, like maybe famous athletes like LeBron or something. But I would envision myself like, oh, if I got to meet them, I couldn't wait to ask for a photo. Um, but even as I say that, you can feel the energy behind that. It's like it's so needy, it's so self-seeking, and that's not the life that I want to live, nor is the life that I think Jesus is calling us to live in that way. and and so when I think about that, and I think about okay, like I'm just noticing the peace that comes with okay, man, when well, let me tell you this. Because something I've been struggling with, I guess, this entire event, one thing I've been struggling with is feeling like, I guess, feeling like a nobody when I'm interacting with some of these people or meeting them or just being around them. Um, not feeling worthy, not feeling like I should be here. Um, and a part of me also, I guess, the selfish part of me has almost like, because of this insecurity that's forming due to my own negative comparison, I am subconsciously, I don't want to, how do I make this more simple? I am almost now trying to fix that insecurity that I'm feeling with the desire. So I need to stop talking like Jordan Peterson with the desire. No. Uh, so since I'm feeling insecurity, I'm now, I find myself trying to get attention from them and those people that I look up to, the speakers that are on stage. I found myself wanting to get attention from them to validate me so I could feel good about myself. Notice how selfish that is. So I'm learning. I'm trying to like let go of those thoughts and also not listen to like the thoughts of insecurity, um, because my worth isn't defined like by them or who knows me. Um, and it's also, I guess, a good thing that I'm noticing that that selfish part is in me. I guess because even if I was in their position, like if I had the opportunity to be in that position now, I wouldn't. I'm not ready. I wouldn't be ready because that sort of thing is still. No, actually, I don't know that for sure. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to. I don't know. But it should. I guess it would be a part of why I wouldn't be ready. Of like, yeah, like there's still some work to be done, and my something that they taught about on was like identity, and my identity can't be in what certain people. My identity can't solely be in what certain people think of me, what the people like the external validation. Like most of my identity, like the foundation of my identity has to come from above, like from God, because it's because in that sense it would be unchanging, it'd be eternal, it's not moving, like because God's opinion of me or any of us like doesn't change. I guess the concept of that. So I'm still figuring that out, but yeah, I think that's all I'll say. I think I kind of want to where do I don't want this to be like pointless though. I guess to wrap it into a bow, I would say one, when you're interacting with people in all that you do, you're not going to be perfect at it, but try to live a life that's seeking first to serve others, to help others. And because typically, when you focus less on yourself, stress will focus less on you. And when you're less worried about trying to prove yourself, trying to gain everyone's approval, trying to get the attention, the validation that you want, when you focus less on that, and focus more on being someone who could helping other people, being a listening ear, being patient with them, showing them showing them kindness and not needing them to give it back, not needing to get anything from them. Meeting them just to meet them and learn about them, not to use it as a segue to ask for a photo. Like, no, just when we can move with that kind of energy, like, I think it's refreshing. It's different. Everyone's take. Like, what can I get from you? And when you can be different in terms of being selfless in how you live, I think that's dope. So, wow, they moved my pillows. I had a certain setup. They went in. I should have locked my door. I'm getting off topic. Okay, second lesson. Make sure you lock your door before you leave your hotel room. Do not leave it open. And then third one would be, aka second one, actual second one second lesson would be, what was it earlier? Brother, I am spacing out. It's 1 a.m. Forgive me. Because I talked about the insecurity. Oh yeah, finding our identity in Christ. I'm trying to. I don't know how to articulate it in a way that is more understandable, because like that's, I don't know, I find that statement corny to me and very like in the church lingo kind of thing. But I noticed like not everybody goes to church, and I want to be able to help those people understand too. It's hard to make something in a form where everyone can understand, but I want to be able to articulate because sometimes, I don't want to get too off topic, but sometimes people in church, myself included, will say these Christian church buzzwords without actually understanding what we're talking about. And when we say them, people are so quick to say yeah or agree, but when we really think about it, like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? So that's the thing. And I think what I mean by finding our identity in God, I'll just borrow from the guy that talked about it today. And he talked about how you can have or he used a really good word for it. It's another word for self-created. Something like internalized identity. I don't know. But I think internalized identity, where you make up your identity. I don't want to get too far into that. But I'll just say, if you internalized identity is the identity that you think about in yourself that may or may not be true, but you want to be true and want others to make it true for you, whether it is actually true or not. That's a handful. So like, in internalized identity could be like, I'm a bird and I want you to believe I'm a bird and affirm that I'm a bird. That could be internalized, and that can be shaky. That can be inconsistent. That can be probably not true. It just depends. I'm not doing the best at describing this, but that's an example. External identity, externalized maybe, is what other people say about you, but also like the things you do. Like, my identity can be I can make my main identity being a tennis player. But what happens if I break my leg? Like, that's shaky too. It can also go for intern. Anyways, but the other one, the main one that he described, is like upward identity, I think. And that's basing our worth on knowing that there's a God who created us and loves us, and more so has loved us enough to give us the gift of life and the opportunity to live and experience the joy of life, but also the pain of life sometimes. Oh wow, someone had a shirt yesterday, and it said, "Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional." I don't fully understand it, and I don't know if I fully agree with it, but I think the initial the initial thing I thought when I read it was like, that's interesting. Um, and I think I'll end it with that, even though it's not my favorite ending. It's not the perfect ending to this, but I just want to go to bed and I'm tired. I talked a lot for 20 minutes, a lot longer than I thought I would. This probably won't even get posted, but yeah, whatever. I'm done. I'm gonna go to bed, but I don't. I doubt anybody will watch this all the way, but it'll look cool for history, I guess, and looking back years from now. So, anyways.